Hello adventurers, and welcome to our D&D live play. Thanks for joining us as we explore Eberron's lands and seas in Lost Horizons, the Seas of Redemption campaign. Now, let's see what our crew is up to today.
I love how that's probably just something your character randomly does.
So, bad news. We've haven't muted that whole time. So, quick recap. Zeth took his test, failed miserably, and now he has a bane. Moving on. Okay. Because, yeah, for real, I was muted. Apologies. Okay. So you come into the next section of the labyrinth, and he motions for the professor. And he says, "Step forward, Professor. It's your turn." "I'm sure you are one who enjoys a good test." She steps forward apprehensively, like she did not realize she was about to be tested for this thing. And so he places his hand to her head. His eyes glow once again. The screen comes up over her head, and he says, "Your thirst for knowledge is great. But now this test... great indeed. But now this test you must concede. To earn is better than to take. Lest curiosity bring a dangerous fate. Some answers should remain unknown. In the darkness their evils groan. The light of day should never reach. Some secrets only the future should keep." Her eyes go white, and then you see in that screen overhead her awaken and stand in what appears to be a library. The shelves are all tall overhead and stretch as far as she can see. Large green and red marble tiles clad the floor in a checkerboard pattern. Lights hang on dark wooden pillars between the bookcases. Amid the ladders that reach the higher shelves, She takes some time to scan the shelves, pulling books, putting them back. As she wanders down endless corridors after what surely is hours, she reaches a central rotunda. The dome ceiling depicts great battles between the giants and the Kori, the dragons and the elves. Against the giants, the dragons and the elves against the death-marked elves, and the gatekeepers versus the Delker, and so on through the history of Eberron. The floor changes pattern too, as soon as it hits the edge of the space into a spiral design, almost like a curled-up dragon. At the center stands a lectern with a single book on it. She immediately approaches and as she does, she hears, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." Old man steps forward with a long white beard and no hair on his head. His golden eyes shine brightly against his bronze skin. He wears robes, carries a large staff with an orb at the top that glows. "Shan't spit," she says. "Oh, forgive me, I was startled. The name's Professor Thalia. And you are?" "Just an old scholar who has dedicated his life to this place. Wouldn't try and open that book. Some things should not be discovered by mortal minds. The Book of Prophecy has driven many a great mind into madness." "Then it is the Book of Draconic Prophecies." She steps closer. "Indeed, one of many. But the one most relevant to you." "To me? How do you mean?" "Contains a portion of the near future you are trying to create. What you have been working so hard for so long for." "Yes. It's been a long time coming. I feel we are getting closer every day." "Have you thought about what happens when you reach your goal?" "Yes, I have a lot lately." "Then will you be able to not look in this book and see what your choice holds?" You can see her look from the book to him and then back, contemplating a moment, and then she looks back at him and says, "You never told me your name, wise one." "Oh, forgive me. It is Elder Jon Kerlyrix." "Well, Elder, I've had a fight to earn my place and knowledge my whole life. Why would I start to take a shortcut now? Besides, I know we succeed." "If you are so confident, then what's the harm? Or are you secretly worried the book will say you fail? What then? All your years of hard work will be for nothing. What will you have to show for them if you don't succeed?" As he's speaking, he begins to shift form into a perfect replica of her. "Well, are you scared that there'll be something you don't want them? They'll see something you don't want them to. Something you don't want anyone to know." The original replies. No. It's true I don't know if I'll succeed or not, but I don't want to fail. But if I do, the things that I have learned along the way and done along the way have brought me here. And I am satisfied in that. I know there can be setbacks, but as long as I breathe, there will not be failure. And with that, the screen disappears and she wakes up.
Bravo, Derek. Good job.
Well, that was easy. Well, it appears you have passed the test. You may continue on. She solves your puzzle. I don't feel like resetting this one, so I'm just going to leave it. In the next chamber, I forgot all about music, sorry. This one. In the next chamber, he motions to Xandros and Sunny.
Me? Is it my turn?
Yes. Xandros and Sunny, step forward.
Together, different.
Sonny rocks his head left to right. Has some subtle cracking noises. Pop. Let's do this.
Yes, I believe it is best for you to be tested together. I think you'll find it quite challenging for both of you.
I look at him, I nod, and I'm like, let's do this.
He puts his hand to each of your heads. 2 keys held firm. 2 hands await. The patient will open the door, and the idol will let it stand closed. But only those who bear the burden together shall release the seal without letting it break. The screen comes up, and you both wake up, and you find yourselves together. Hang on 1 second. Oops. Thing. In a vast overgrown temple in Zendrick. The architecture is ancient, with murals and engravings depicting a great battle to protect a powerful seal. You can see Saugen and all other races of Eberron, even turtles, some wearing symbols of the gatekeeper, and some even wearing symbols of your family crest, Zendros. You stand before 2 grand statues holding mirrored keys. As you get closer to the statues, you hear, "One of you must master the burden of watchfulness, and the other the humility of leadership. Only then can you keep the storm from unsealing its prison.
As a Thaloran, I suppose it would be my duty to take the leadership.
I do not object. I kind of wander off and I want to look at these murals.
Right about as soon as you start to move, and after you've all said this, not long after the voice, the room basically splits in two with a barrier between you guys. It's a see-through barrier, but it's gonna dampen the sound of between you two. And you see a like hourglass comes down and immediately starts tumbling sand.
Mm-hmm.
In the center of Sunny's room, in front of the murals, a like podium comes up and it has some runes on it. And then over on Xandros' side, a mirror raises up out of the floor, giant mirror. So this is kind of going to be a little bit of a skill challenge, but also not completely a skill challenge. But we will be timed, so I'll do rounds.
Okay.
So we're going to do 10 rounds. Just both of you roll like your initiative. We'll see who goes first.
Initiative. Not me.
Okay, Xandros will go first. Okay. Okay, so you will get basically a like one message spell to, so 25 words to each other per
Okay.
round. And then
I will be counting.
thank you. Yeah, that would be very helpful if someone else would count. Because I will probably forget. So, Xandros, the chamber that is your half, begins to, the lights dim, and a chill seems to settle over. The area. The walls here are now turned to be more polished and have a glassy sheen reflecting scattered fragments of light. You see now that the mirror is ornate, surrounded by intricate carvings that almost seem to ripple, as though they were waves frozen in time. Are you getting closer to the mirror?
Sure.
Right. On the outset, you see yourself, but something feels a little bit off. The reflection stares back at you, eyes filled with pride, a subtle, familiar smirk at the corner of your mouth. But the longer you look, the clearer the details of this reflection become to you. Your royal bearing, the confidence that comes from a life of privilege. But then quickly the image shifts. You see yourself as you get closer, but diminished. A crown slightly tilted, clothes a little worn and tattered, hands trembling as they grip nothing. There's a deep sadness and desperation in the eyes that is seems raw and unguarded. As you look, you hear the voice of your professor echo from the depths of the mirror. To lead is not to stand above, but to stand with. Not through power, but through presence. Pride is your shackles, Andros. Binding it to you, to your expectations of authority. And it may yet bind you to failure. Your reflection moves on its own, inviting you to come closer, to reach out. The closer you get, the more ragged it gets. Your hands seem stained and your clothes are more torn. The mirror seems to want you to come closer, issuing a silent challenge.
I think he's gonna hesitate for a moment, and then slowly continue moving forward.
Okay, move forward. And Brian, you can see everything like through the barrier, so you guys can see each other's rooms at any given point.
All right.
Hang on one second. So are you walking all the way up to the mirror? Step shy, like.
I think he'll probably just stop a few feet shy of it.
Okay. Yeah, you can see just beyond it. It looks like behind your reflection is a different place. It doesn't look like the reflection of the room behind you. So it's more like you're looking almost through a window, and there is a lever behind him. And then okay, I think that'll probably be this round. Do you have anything you want to say to Sunny?
I don't think I have anything to say yet.
No, Chris, to you.
A lever seems to have appeared in the reflection. Give me a moment to examine.
I'd give a head nod.
Okay.
I would like to apologize. My dumbass has been counting syllables here in the background. I'll fix that.
And it's only to each other. If they're like trying to talk to each other.
I assumed.
Okay. All right. On Sunny's side, sorry, I have a lot of jumping around with notes here. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Over on your side, Sunny, the air hums with energy. The walls are adorned with symbols of forgotten in time. At the center, a circular stone podium is embedded with the pattern of the runes along the wall that keep shifting. Each glowing faintly in a soft sea-like color that ripples through, again, like water, like the surface of water. There's a pulsing, almost like a heartbeat, and with every pulse, the runes flicker, rearranging themselves. You hear a voice in your head. Quick paths tempt, but wisdom guides the way. You only have moments to decipher the order of these stones. Hesitate, and the seal weakens. With that, the runes seem to move faster now, and a mist swirls around the stones that seems to be growing thicker, threatening to obscure them completely. Each rune glimmers, but some brighter than others. You sense there's a pattern, a sequence in the rhythm, or perhaps a way each rune glows and fades. You can tell these stones are the key to guarding something ancient, and if you misstep, you could risk what they protect. You must watch, listen to the pulse, feel the pattern, and then act accordingly.
So would I recognize any of these runes from all my literature
Yes.
that I've had?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to do a history check?
Let me get to it. First, I'll have you do an insight check. Or a perception.
We're going to do insight.
Perfect. Okay. So you could tell from that it doesn't really matter what the runes mean. But you have to like replicate the pattern on the podium that the runes on the wall are going through.
So the wall and the podium show the same thing, but they're not in the same order?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So are these just like rocks that I move around then?
They are, you'll just touch them.
All right. I guess I will quickly try to rearrange the stones in the correct order to the wall.
Okay, so that insight check will count as your move for this round.
Okay.
And your subsequent studying of those runes to try and take and do it on the next round.
All right.
Okay. It's right there. Okay. Going back to Xandro's side. Sorry, I have way too much written down here. there it is. The reflection in the mirror begins to shift to a scene from your past where you are just back at home in your palace, and to a time before your adventure began, and you see yourself like as you were again, fully regal, and the mirror says, here we go, I'm gonna butcher your accent. You believe you're above them, don't you? That they're just here to help you rise. That weakness is needing others to do what you cannot. That a leader relies on lesser people. Doesn't rely on lesser people, but his own strength. The mirror shifts again. To a time where everyone around you is either fighting or taking care of something, and you're kind of just in your own space, not participating or doing anything. Like, everyone's just doing all the work around you, and you're just sitting there. Again, like, occasionally it looks like you would shout out something to somebody, like tell someone what to do. It'll shift again to when that last battle that the plant thing ate you, and but you see from the outside, like, your feet sticking out of the plant smell, and except this time there's no one around to save you. And like slowly your feet just like disappear, and then it'll shift again back to that first vision of your kind of tattered visage. The all the while the mirror itself doesn't appear solid. It kind of has like a rippling, wave-like quality to it. Almost as if it wants you to touch it.
Dandros is he's just gonna look up kind of at the ceiling for a moment. And whisper to himself, Eldrin, what did you do? And then he looks down and moves forward to touch the mirror.
Okay. Let's see here. You reach out to touch it. And it responds like almost like reaching towards you as well. As soon as you do, I'm going to need you to make a check. Give me a insight check.
Ooh, a solid modifier on that one.
What'd you get?
Got a 14 plus
Plus
0.
Right. 14's not bad. You begin to feel reminded of the times that your pride has led you to fail or struggle. And begin to realize that's the key to this. But you also feel there's a little bit of pushback from the mirror. So it's like you've touched it and can feel like maybe just your fingertips go through, but it's not letting you go all the way through. Almost like there's more that you need to do. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. With that, the mirror begins to let you in a little bit more. It can sense your understanding of what's happening. And we'll move over to Sunny. Unless you have anything to say to Sunny.
I do not at the moment.
Okay. Sunny, go ahead and give me either a where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, give me investigation or perception.
We're gonna go with perception. 25.
Perfect. Now give me a dex or acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
And this will be to keep up with the shifting of the ruins. Oh.
I see them, and I know where they are, just my hands are not moving fast enough.
You do see them, but you hesitate with a little bit of uncertainty in your own movement and ability. That would be a 1 fail for you. And with that, like a pulse of energy emanates from your side over to Xandro's side. Xandros, you take 3 force damage and are pushed out of the mirror.
Okay.
I quickly like follow the force, and I see that happen, and I'm just like, sorry. I know what I need to do. I just have a time constraint.
A look of frustration comes across Sandros' face as his expectations of the turtle remain the same.
I promise. I'll do better.
Okay, that's 2 rounds. Back over to Xandros.
Can I still see that lever within the mirror?
Yes.
Does it look like it's actually within my same space in the reflection, like distance-wise, or would it be farther away into the turtle space?
It's well, so you can tell that the room is not a reflection of the room you were in.
Mhm.
So, but I guess technically it would be the same distance as past the wall on Sunny's side.
I guess I will try to enter the mirror again.
Okay. As you reach for it again, the image shifts to your brother. And your longtime rival, whose name is way up here.
You got it. It's one of 2.
Started with an E.
Eldrin.
Yeah. Your elder brother, Eldrin. Yeah, Eldrin. He says to you, "My brother, looks like you're struggling here. It's not like you. But you never were one to ask for help. Even when it would cause the rest of us trouble, if you didn't. Still the same old little boy." Let's see if you can get yourself out of this one alone or not. And then you make... Oh, do you still touch the mirror, or do you hesitate?
Seeing it shift to my brother, I hesitated long enough to hear him speak. And then yeah, he's gonna full on try to go in.
Okay. Go ahead and make that saving throw again. Ooh. Okay. Again, the mirror. Well, not again, but this. Well, yeah, kind of again. This time, when you do touch it, it doesn't feel like it did before. It's not feeling like, or it doesn't feel like it's accepting you, and it pushes you back. And then from your side, a force kind of emanates out behind you. And Sunny, you're going to take 4 damage. And on your side, the smoke rises a little bit more over those runes.
Sunny glances at Xandros. I see you're returning the favor.
Anything else, Sin?
He gets a small smirk as he understands the irony. That's it.
Alright, Sunny.
Sunny rubs his hand together, tries to work off any stiff muscles. Tries to rearrange the runes again.
Yep, okay, give me either acrobatics or sleight of hand. Oh gosh.
Sunny's getting a little frustrated.
These dice are not your friend.
My hands just won't do what they're supposed to.
That's 3 more force damage to Xandros.
Alright.
I swear, this is not retaliation.
And remember, party members outside of this can still attempt to shout in and help somehow.
Zeth is dealing with his own internal struggles after the last session, so I'll probably be out of commission.
Can we actually see, can we actually touch the them, or are they like out of reach? Like, I know that.
Go ahead.
Like, because I know they're obviously within that vision, so to speak, but they're bodies that are kind of just standing there. Can we still touch them?
Yeah.
Okay, seeing Sunny struggle with his hands, I would go up to his, unconscious body or body whose consciousness is somewhere else, and I'd just grab his hands and I'd just start trying to warm him up and crack his knuckles for him, and be like, "You got this, guy."
Okay, I'd like it. Roll me a persuasion check, please.
All right, persuasion. Luckily, somewhat persuasive. 22.
Sweet. Okay, Sunny, you have advantage on your next attempt.
Feel it. This is it next time.
You don't know why, but suddenly you feel like your hands are warmer and you can just move a little bit faster.
I feel like $1,000,000.
Archie's just kind of consoling Zeth.
Aw, thank you.
The professor will go up and she'll say, remember what I taught you. Leaders who look to others and use their strength as their own are always the best. Let's see if it gets through. I don't know what her thing is off the top of my head. Okay. You also gain advantage on your next attempt. Okay, Xandros, your turn.
Seeing how his attempts have been going so far, he's going to sigh, look down at his signet ring, give it a quick kiss, and then turn around and look around both his chamber and the turtle's chamber, and see if there's anything he can do to help him.
Oh, to help Sunny?
Yeah, to help guide him or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, you could. You could give me a investigation or perception. Kept trying to say persuasion. I was like, that's not the word. And then you can shout out to him the pattern so he doesn't have to look at it, and then try and move.
Okay.
And you can
Nice.
you can use your advantage here if you want to.
I'm gonna do that.
Is your perception the same as your advantage plus 0?
Yeah.
Yep, you're very self-centered. That makes sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it? Oh, that's better.
19. Okay, that's really good. So you, in 25 words or less, I'm not going to make you actually do it, are able to relay to him the rune pattern. So Sunny, you hear this from Xandros. Go ahead and make your check with advantage.
In the name of the Lord, and follow this pattern.
I close my eyes. I gather
That's not
and
going to help. Sorry.
hey, before he starts shouting out, I try to get my composure and I center myself. And then once he starts shouting, that's when I open up my eyes and I start moving the tiles.
Is your sleight of hand not better?
Nope.
All right. Well, you have the one inspiration from Aegis. You could use 2.
So do one more roll.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do sleight of hand this time.
Thank God. All right.
So he slaps him down as fast as he can. Boom! I did it!
And like a box at the top of the podium, one of 3 lights up.
What lit up?
Like a light at the top of the podium above the puzzle pieces.
Oh, okay. Is that supposed to indicate anything to me? Like, I did it successfully?
Yeah, you succeeded. One of 3.
So I have another round, or another puzzle to do?
Yep, so as soon as that happens, all the tiles flip, and a new set of runes appears on the wall.
Sunny kind of just like shock and awe, like, you kidding me? I got more. I got another one to solve, Xandros.
Okay, I believe we're at the top of the 4th round now. So
And here we are at the top of the fourth with Sonny needing a few more runs to really bring it home.
yeah. Xandros, your turn.
He is definitely frustrated by this turn of events as well. um, uh, and out of frustration, he's going to attempt to thunder step through his mirror.
Really? Okay. You may certainly try.
Yes.
So you summon your power and attempt to, well, you thunderstep, and as you do, you immediately collide with the wall.
Nice.
So it pushes you back, just knocks you down, actually. Ooh, that looks like it hurt. You hear your brother taunt you behind you. Not your best look. Anything else you'd like to attempt?
What more would I have time for? I guess if I have time, go back to the mirror and try to go through it again. But, yeah.
Okay. Give me a wisdom. What was it? Wisdom saving throw? No, constitution.
Hey, that's better.
18, okay. That's not bad. So with this, you get a kind of up to your elbow through the mirror. And you feel that it has something to do with trying to help your friend. That you took a moment to look outside of yourself. Even if it wasn't totally selfless to do so. Is at least a step in the right direction. Sonny, your turn.
Sonny wipes, puts his arm across his forehead, wipes away the sweat, and tackles the next set of rooms.
All right, perception or investigation?
Perception. 18.
Okay, sleight of hand. Perfect.
Sonny just rolls his shoulder, like, yeah, I got this. I got this now.
Yeah, you really feel like you've found a rhythm?
I did.
The second light on the podium lights up, and the puzzle resets. Xandros, back to you.
You gotta be kidding me. Another one?
Top of round 5. Before you do anything, right about now, you feel the whole room begins to shake. The floor cracks a little bit, some debris falls from the ceiling. There's rumbling in the distance, and the seal that is in the middle of the door between you guys gets a little crack in it. Anyways, go ahead, Zentros.
He's gonna stop messing with the mirror and go back over towards Sunny and try to help him with this puzzle again.
Okay. Give me a perception check then.
Nice.
6.
Sorry, his eye's a little blurry from running into a wall still.
His head's throbbing. Okay, yeah, so you pretty much can see nothing. So we'll go over to Sunny. Alright, Sunny, same routine. Ooh. Oh, 22. Okay. I read Xandros again. I was like, ooh, not another 6. Awesome. Okay, go ahead with that sleight of hand. Oh, nat 20.
Let's go.
Awesome. You literally could not have needed it at a better time. So with that, the puzzle portion of the podium, the light lights up and then it goes down, and replacing it and rising up through the center is a lever. And
Sonny goes up and pulls the lever.
wait, so it's, yeah, you would have seen it, the same lever in Xandros' mirror.
I don't know if I would have looked at his. I would have been more focused on my puzzles and my runes.
Okay. Then roll me an insight check.
All right.
Works. You remember this is a test you have to do together. And you remember...
So I holler over to Xandros. You think we got to pull the lever at the same time?
Most likely.
All right, so I ready, and I wait for Xandros.
Okay. Xandros, you're up.
Yep. Gonna run back to the mirror now that Sunny's done and try to get through it again.
Okay. Go for it. Okay. How are you going? Like, arms first, head first? What are you doing?
Like arms and head, like all pushing against like the top of it at once.
Okay. Then you'll break through to like mid torso. So like about half of you is in now.
I'm gonna turn to Sunny and yell, "Give me a push!"
The wall is still there, so he can't. But he can give you a verbal push.
Give me a morale.
I'm guessing I can't cast any spells to help assist him.
You would have heard his spell hit the wall and can surmise that no, you cannot.
Alright. You can do it! Get your stinking butt in there!
Okay, you get a +2 to your saving throw.
Here we go. Right, no servants over here. Again.
What did you say?
Right, no servants over here. Again. Want me just to roll again now, or?
Yeah. So it's an 11. Still not enough. Let's see how many. I think that's only your second actual failure. It's gonna push you back, like up to your head. And then let's see, we're at 7th. And then Sunny is going to take excuse me, wrong dice. 4. Four damage.
I felt that one.
I guess he's just gonna activate his elemental gift of flight to help pug him through and keep trying.
Okay, Sunny, did you have anything to say before?
Nope, I just stand by and I just watch. I'm just waiting for him to pull the lever.
Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Nice.
Was that worse? Oh god.
That's in character.
Alright, that's gonna push you all the way out.
I felt some pain where a turtle shouldn't feel pain.
Okay. So yeah, the mirror pushes you all the way back out, and you like hit the wall, so you're next to Sunny, and your the mirror shifts back to your rags, your raggy self.
You okay, man?
Hurt my pride a little. But otherwise, okay.
Isn't that the whole point? You rely too much on your pride. Um, at this point, the room shakes again. More debris and things fall. Hit a big chunk of rock like hits the mirror, damaging a portion of it. You can tell you have like one last chance to get through this thing.
I'm gonna rush up to it again.
Okay, go ahead.
Place my hands against it gently and just close my eyes and go, please, please let me through.
Okay, the mirror lets you back through halfway. And I need one more check, and you can have advantage. Awesome.
Go for the net 20. Damn.
It's okay. With that, you're able to go completely through the mirror. You feel that the act of humbling yourself to ask is what has gotten you through, instead of forcing your way in. You are able to reach the lever.
No.
What'd you do?
Okay. Pull the lever.
Pull the lever.
Pulling lever.
Pull the lever, Sonny.
Okay.
I pull the lever.
So I will need sleight of hand check from both of you.
Do something I'm slightly better at. Nice. Nice.
This lever seems to be stuck.
Yeah, that's just so bad the lever doesn't move at all.
You're stuck.
Mine would seem to be stuck.
All right, one more try.
Starting to move.
With that, the wall between you guys fades, and the cracks in the seal stop. And it seems to harden, but it doesn't go back to how it looked before. Like the crack remains. But the room stops shaking, and the rumbling in the distance begins to kind of curb and quiet down. You basically had a partial success, but a success nonetheless. With that, the vision begins to fade, and you wake up back at the labyrinth.
I look at Zendros. You did good in there. We both struggled, but we managed to do it.
Yes, Sonny. Yes, we did.
Yes, a struggle indeed. Though you accomplished the task. I'm not certain it warrants much merit. I believe your outcome will be decided once the rest of your party makes it through. But for now, you may solve the puzzle on the wall to get to the next section.
Show me this puzzle.
Can you see it?
Looks like last week's puzzle.
No, I did that before we started.
Is it the same thing? Like we just gotta move the stones?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Stone time. Alright, so now we need to both agree on which stones to move, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'd like to think of it as one of those games where somebody controls like up and down, the other person does side to side, so you guys have to keep.
The question is, we don't know who's who yet.
Yeah.
How do I draw arrows?
You can use the measuring tool.
Oh, right. I'm thinking we move this one over, and then move that one over.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Move this down. Move this over.
Yeah.
All right, I lied. Let's move this back. Move this up. Move this up. Move this all the way over. Now move it down. Move this over. Move this up.
Then
I can move this back.
yeah, or that works. Move it down.
Here. Yep, move all three of those over. And then move all those down.
Who did it?
Huzzah!
Victory.
Okay.
Victory screech.
Scree.
So the party makes it through the next section of the maze, and the teleportation circle appears on your side, and woof, you appear over with them in the next area. All right, shall we take a quick? Well, I think that is a good place to end this session.
Yes, I too think it's a good place to end that session.
Agreed. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining, and enjoy this outro.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for joining us on our adventure. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Please drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell for the next session as we continue Lost Horizons, the Seas of Redemption campaign.